Hi everybody, this is Trisha Clark with Dealership Toolkit. Today for Toolkit Tuesday, we're here with Tom Gallaher. He is the co-founder of BDV. And if you don't know what BDV is, it's Business Development Video. Hi Tom, how are you?
Very well, Trisha, how are you?
I'm doing well. So video, I think that we all are in agreement that video is definitely going to be a necessity moving forward. What are you seeing with all of your customers that you're working with currently today, whether it be in the RV, auto, marine, power sports? How are they handling this during limited skeleton crews, I guess, of virtual selling?
Yes, yeah. Well, first off, thank you so very much for having me on, and it's a pleasure. I'm going to give you kind of a longer answer. When my business partner, Jim, and I started this years ago, he called me up to ask me what I thought about video. And prior to that, I started in '04 a lot service business. So 16 years ago. And a lot service business is just, you know, we have guys that show up at the dealership and take photos. Back then, we started with 9 photos of a vehicle, and it's evolved over the years. But interestingly enough, when he called me and asked me what I thought about video, it was like, oh my gosh, we got to get into video. And we built the app, and we thought we would be swamped. What was funny is we actually talked about, there was a Super Bowl commercial where a company, when the order came in, a bell would ring. And they're like, okay, they're standing around the computer, and it was a Super Bowl commercial, and the computer goes ding, and they look at each other, high five, and then ding, and they're getting excited. Well, then the thing starts going ding, 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 and they're overwhelmed. We thought that would happen to us with video. We thought we would be overwhelmed with dealers coming on. And it's interesting because it's been a much slower process. And the reason that is because technology is one of those things that is it a want to have or a have to have? And because what we're experiencing now, it truly is a have to have. There are some states, your own state, is not allowing or has not been allowing dealers to sell vehicles online, offline, anyway. There are other states that dealers have gravitated towards selling vehicles online. And the ones that have video are the ones that are excelling. And that's what we're hearing from our customers, whether it's automotive, RV, boat, motorsport. Video is really the dealer differentiator. It paints a picture. A salesperson is able to send video to a customer, and the customer can get a clear indication. And the beautiful thing about video is the customer can take mental ownership when they're watching the video, and they start building rapport with the salespeople. So they have already gone down a couple of the steps closer to that purchase by the time they contact the dealer again to start that process.
And I think that is really important, what you just said about the rapport. So I always like to put myself back in my consumer shoes and not necessarily in our marketing, our marketing shoes or a vendor shoe. We really like to look at it from a consumer standpoint. And, there's going to be two different consumers moving forward because they can be. This has now forced everyone to move into that virtual and into that the video world of selling. So we're not all going to be running out of our houses and jumping back into our normal activities after this. You're still gonna have people that are extremely hesitant on wanting to move forward in jumping into a showroom right away and shaking hands and getting in cars that everybody else has driven already. I think you're going to have two different people. You're going to have the one who wants to continue to have that experience and move forward with that experience. And then you're going to have another set who are only going to want to ever do this virtually. So it's almost in a way force the dealers to have to make this decision. And the best way to do that is, and the only way really, is to make sure that you have video. But again, not just of product, the rapport. We buy from people that we trust. We buy from people that we build a relationship with. And it's very hard to build that relationship just via, chat or just via email. So I think video is definitely where it's at moving forward. Now, what I specifically like about BDV the product that you have is that it's so simple. You know, you have an extremely easy tool that anybody can use. And I'm really considering having maybe my 13-year-old see if she can go out and do it and post that, because it's that simple. If I can use it, typically anybody can use it because I'm not the tech whiz. Do you know, have you found that it really is a tool that anybody in a store can use at this point?
Absolutely, and great question. And what we have found is if it isn't easy, people aren't going to use it.
Right.
You can go out and you can use, there are other products out there that, you know, are very complicated, but it's so complicated, it takes away from the salesperson's time. And salespeople get paid to sell cars. So if we didn't make it easy, they're not going to use it because they don't get paid to shoot video. They get paid to sell cars, RV, boats, whatever the product that they sell. So we have found over the years that if it's complicated, and really we found it's broken down to thirds. A third of the people are going to embrace it right away. They are tech savvy. They love technology. They're the kind of people that stood in line to get an Apple iPhone when the new one comes out. A third of the people are fence straddlers. They're waiting to see what everyone else is doing. Is it everything that's cracked up to be? You know, as a salesperson or a developer of the product, I come in and I say all kinds of things, or I make a presentation online, and they're doubting Thomases right off the bat. And then a third of them, they're never going to use it. And this is something I tell ownership management right off the bat. You're going to have a third of your people that will never use it, no matter what you do. They aren't going to embrace it. They're going to be skeptical. But the interesting thing about it is the people that embrace it find they get the results that they're looking for, and it helps and enhances their sales process, their skills, and they get anywhere from a 30 to 50% increase in their sales by using video. And we've got all kinds of wonderful stories about salespeople sending out video and customers showing up to the showroom, walking into the dealership, and they feel like they already know Trisha because they've watched the videos. And Trisha's sitting at her desk working, and someone comes up, "Hey, Trisha," and they don't know who that person is, but the person has already developed a relationship with the salesperson. So it's really a wonderful process. And the fence straddlers, when they see that, they come on board relatively quickly, and you end up with 50 to 60% of your salespeople using the product and embracing the product and having really good results with the product.
Tom, what are some of the most unique ways that you've seen a dealer utilize the video? What are they using it for exactly in the store?
Another great question, Trisha. And what's interesting is it's amazing the ways that salespeople have embraced the product and used the product in ways that we didn't necessarily anticipate. And I'll give you a great example of it. I was talking to a salesperson 2 weeks ago, and they were telling me that they watch the video. We have a way on a dashboard that they can watch each other's videos. And this young man was telling me that he watches other salespeople's videos to get ideas on how to use the product, which I thought was a fantastic idea, because we use Zoom like we're using right now. When we train a dealership, we can onboard a dealership in no time and train them online. And it's interesting, that's exactly what I do in my training. I show examples of how salespeople are using the product. So to answer your question specifically, there are a couple ways. Some people walk through the RV, stand in front of the boat, get inside the boat, whether it's a car or what. I haven't seen anybody ride a motorcycle with one yet, but stand in front of the vehicle or get in the vehicle, sit inside the RV. I've had people sitting on the couch in the RV talking. Hey, I can see my TV without, you know, they'll show the island in the kitchen and how it doesn't obstruct their view, so they can watch TV while their spouse is preparing a meal. So it's different people do it differently. I've got some salespeople that never even use the RV, the car, the motorsport, the boat. They stand in front of the dealership and they do their video, and there's not even a vehicle in it. I have some salespeople that only use the vehicle. They're never in the video. And when you talk to them, they don't like the way they look on video. They don't like the way they sound on video. So they make the vehicle the primary focus and they take themselves out of it. So people have used it in ways that we didn't necessarily anticipate. But as we've developed the product, we've seen unique ways, and it's kind of dealer's choice, whatever works best for them.
Are you seeing the service department utilizing BDV yet?
We have, yes.
Yeah.
And it's a great way to increase the dollars spent per RO, increase line items. We've had a couple of dealers using the cabin air filter in automotive as a big selling tool during the current situation, because people are so concerned with the air they breathe. So we have dealers, some dealers are offering clean cabin air filter. They hold the dirty filter up next to a new filter to show the difference. We have some dealers just letting them know, we pulled your cabin air filter, we're putting a new one in at no charge to you, showing them side by side. The side by side comparison, it's like Snow White next to Cruella de Vil. It's black and white. It's amazing. And video really shows that.
And actually seeing it for themselves, they can see exactly what's happening and what they're getting.
Yes.
What about could you use this with an entire BDC team? I mean, can they also get in on utilizing the video, and how would that actually work with them being more in the office?
That's a fantastic question. And we have an inventory piece that allows, whether they're in-house, they have their own employees doing their videos, if the salespeople shoot the video, or they have an outside company come in and shoot the video, the BDC department can repurpose those videos once there's a library established, so all the inventory is on video. The BDC can take that video and repurpose it and send it out to customers. The great thing about it is we've got an automotive dealer that they have stores all over the country, but they have BDCs we have 44 of their stores, and they have 5 BDCs around the country. So they have BDCs that are in a totally different state from the actual dealership, but the BDC agent is able to send out the video through our app to a customer that's in a state that they're a totally different state. They're so far removed geographically, but the customer, the consumer, the buyer, the purchaser, they don't know the difference. They're getting a video of the vehicle they're interested in, and away you go.
That's a huge advantage.
It truly is.
Tom, do you have any last just best practice or one final tip that you can share with everyone?
Absolutely. Video is truly the dealer differentiator, and everyone struggles with it. I give my business partner a hard time because he's got a face for radio, and some people just don't look good on video. I didn't like the way I looked on video. I didn't like the way I sounded on video, but you get over that in a very short period of time. And if you embrace video and start using it, you realize within a few videos, 3, 4, 5 videos, that it's no big deal. The customer is not watching the video to see what Tom looks like or to see what Trisha looks like. Honestly, they could care less. They're interested in the vehicle, the RV, the boat. That's their dream. That's what really brought them to your dealership. And video is a great dealer differentiator, because if they're shopping 2 or 3 dealers and they're getting the same old tired emails following up, hey, have you had a chance to look over what I sent you? People are so busy, they're multitasking. They may have had a chance to look over, but they've already forgotten what you sent them. You send them a video, and that's the wow factor. That's really the dealer differentiator. Believe me, if you embrace video, your customers will embrace you.
I couldn't agree with you more. Tom, thank you so much. I really do appreciate having you with us today. And join us next week on Toolkit Tuesday. And if you want, check out BDV, Tom Gallaher, co-founder of Business Development Video.
Thank you so much, Trisha.
Thanks.